should get out of my way. You should get out of my way.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the home of the Cardinals, State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Dallas Cowboys and the Arizona Cardinals. We welcome you, Mike Tirico, alongside Greg Olson, the kicker, Brandon Aubrey. Set for the start. Off we go from Glendale. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Murray now going to throw to open. Oh, the first play, and he is intercepted. It is picked off by the rookie safety. And the Cowboys are going to get possession here as they force the opening drive turnover.
So you work all week on your opening script, Mike, and what happens? Well, that opening script is going to have to wait until your second possession. The defense comes out with a big stop early. They get the interception, and now it's the opposing team going out looking to take this early lead.
And this play going nowhere. He is taken down behind the line of scrimmage on their first play of the game.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Hey, kill!
Man in motion, heading left. On second down, it's Dak. This is caught for 2. And he'll take it on in. C.D. Lamb. Touchdown, Cowboys. That his second TD catch of the season. Brandon Aubrey now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Cowboys are very quickly out to a 7-0 lead. 7-0 is our score as this kick is sent into the air. They're trying to pin him deep. They'll take this from the 3. They'll get this up past the 20. And that's where they'll set up shop.
At their own 21-yard line.
This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Murray. That one knocked away, and it's incomplete. Trey Benson, the intended target. And it'll bring up second down.
And the defender does such a good job, Mike, not only putting himself in position to make the play, but how often do we see guys that are there and they just can't quite make it? In this case, he's there, knocks the ball down, really nice play.
That's to the right side, caught by McBride. And mark him down up beyond the 30.
A gain of 10 yards.
It'll be a pickup of 10. It's good for a Cardinals first down.
1st and 10 at the 31.
They'll run first carry of the game for Trey Benson. That's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Ball on the 39. Here's second down and 3. That is caught out wide on the RPO. Down the sideline. And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Arizona. It's his second touchdown of the year.
And this is what good offenses in the NFL do, Mike. It's the ability to bounce back. Even if the onset of the game doesn't go exactly according to plan, everybody wants to take their opening possession and go down there and come away with a touchdown. But it's not always going to be perfect. You turn it over on possession 1, what are you going to do in response on possession 2? Well, we just got our answer, and they took it down for 6.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Devontae Turpin on the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
First down, Prescott. That is caught downfield by Pickens. And he's going to take this one all the way. 71 yards. Touchdown, Dallas. Prescott leading the Cowboys to the line for this 2-point try.
The Cowboys will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Back to throw. And he will get in for the 2. They open up the bag of tricks on the goal line and add a pair of points.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Murray. Moving to his right. Off he goes. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. Good decision to take off. He gets 15 yards and a first down.
First down. 1st and 10.
Murray is going to hand this to Benson. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
Now a 2nd down throw from Murray. That's going to be incomplete. Good work. The defender bodied his man up, wouldn't allow the catch. It'll force 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 11.
Big Ace open. Big Ace. Come back. On the hole.
From the shotgun, it's Murray. That's caught by Miller. It's a pickup of 13 yards. It's an Arizona 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Murray. Throw across his body is complete. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Murray going to fire this one out to Harrison. And they're going to get this all the way down inside the 5. That is a gain of 22, and it sets up 1st down and goal.
That's another Cardinals 1st down.
They're called in at the 2. And he's in. Touchdown, Cardinals.
And what a fitting end to this drive, Mike. It only makes sense that he's the one that gets the ball in the end zone after making a handful of clutch plays prior to the touchdown. That was just a textbook example of one guy taking over the game.
That's going to be caught in the end zone. And they take the lead by 1.
15.
The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, here's Turpin. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard
operating from their own 23. They'll begin 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Here's Dak. Got a man over the middle. It's Pickens. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a 1st down. From the shotgun, it's Dak. Oh, fine work there defensively. Got that hand in there. That pass is incomplete. Buda Baker with the coverage defensively, able to break that one up. He'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Dak gonna give this to Blue. He'll move the pile forward. Let's give him a couple. Walter Nolan in there on the stop.
So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains. They're nothing fancy. But they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
On 3rd down, Prescott. That's deep for the back of the end zone. That's in the end zone and intercepted.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
Great way to start the drive. A gain of 20 and a 1st down.
So every team practices this on both sides of the ball. They call it sudden change. So in this case, the offense takes the field quickly following the defensive takeaway. And now you want to get off to a fast start, generate a quick play, and spark your possession. And it's exactly what they're able to do here, picking up that 1st down.
Brings up 2nd and
From the 41, here's 2nd down and 9. We'll try and run the option left. He's beyond midfield to the 45. And he will score. Trey Benson. Touchdown, Arizona. His 2nd rushing touchdown of the year. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible. That decision to go for 2 was made up from the very beginning. The moment they scored, you could see the head coach. He's signaling, we're going for 2. The touchdown was obviously a disappointing outcome defensively, but to able to get that stop, they can at least come off the field and catch their breath.
He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin.
the Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
They'll start this on the ground with Blue. He'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3. Jordan Burks that time to make the tackle.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the 24-yard line.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 7. They motion the slot man left. Now a 2nd down throw for Prescott. This pass right side, caught by Lamb. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line.
And the Cowboys first down.
On to the 2nd quarter. Cowboys possess the football as they've got it with 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Prescott. Going for it all. He's got it! And he will go all the way. Devontae Turpin. Touchdown, Dallas.
This is when you're very fortunate as an offensive play caller, Mike, that you not only have the speed on the outside, but you got the big arm behind center, because it doesn't get real fancy. If you can...
That's going to be intercepted in the end zone. That's the safety, Buda Baker.
I'm always curious how a defense is going to respond. So you give up a touchdown, you give up 6, and now the offense is trying to extend it to 8. How are you going to buckle down? How are you going to hang in there? In this case, let's give them a little credit. Keep those 2 off the board, and they can come to the sideline and regroup.
This will be returned from the 2. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line.
At their own 31-yard line.
First play of the drive, and here's Benson. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be second down.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and 2.
Again, it's Benson. He'll be brought down just shy of midfield. A gain there of 11. It's good for a Cardinals first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's second down. Murray.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
On third down, Murray. He's got his tight end. That's McBride. They get 15 on that game. It's an Arizona first down.
That's good for a Cardinals first down.
They'll run here with Benson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. But that's it.
A gain of a yard.
From the 32-yard line now, here's second and 9.
Big X open, Big X open. Buzz, 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 buzz. Hey, easy, Quavo.
From the gun, it's Murray. That one is complete to McBride. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. Ball down to the 16-yard line. And it's first and 10.
First and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Working from the shotgun, it's Murray. His throw here is complete. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's second down.
And 1 at the 7-yard line.
Looked like a lateral there, but now it's a free football. The Cowboys have it. Accelerating toward midfield. Inside the 20. And he returns this all the way. Touchdown, Cowboys. Greg, what a terrible play for the offense. You're trying to gain some momentum. Here, you not only lose the handle of the ball, you hand the defense 6 points.
And, Mike, how often do we see that when a player loses the ball, his confidence is not far behind? And I think in this case, that's where the coaching comes in. Put your arm around him. Hey, we're giving you the ball in this next possession. We believe in you. They've got to get this player.
That'll be intercepted. And now he loses the football. And he cannot get in. The try for 2 comes up empty, so unable to get within a field goal. The difference remains 5. The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
Big Ace, Big Ace. Big Ace. Let's go. 2-2. Omaha. Up top.
On first down, Murray. That'll be taken in. It's Trey Benson. From the 43. Here's second and a couple.
Brings up second and 2 at the 43-yard line.
2-2.
Out of the gun, it's Murray. That's caught by Harrison right side. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
Harrison Jr.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Hey, Ace. Go.
Murray on third down. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. They get 20 on the connection. It's good for a Cardinals first down.
First down.
Again, it's Murray. They'll work this out wide to Benson. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning.
Second and 6 at the 31-yard line.
So, 2 minutes to play in a back and forth first half. We'll have more from Glendale after this. Here's second and 6.
Big Ace.
Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And it'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to the first down.
And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Second down, Murray. Over the middle, it's Harrison. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. That's the second time they connect on this drive. This one good for 13 yards.
Cardinals first down. First and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Arizona will take its first timeout. Clock will stop. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds until halftime. Down at the 12. It's first and 10. A give. Here's Benson. Now the Cowboys going to take a timeout. The hold closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3.
Brings up second and 7 at the Cowboys' 8-yard line.
They face second down and 7. They'll go again with Benson. And he will get into the end zone. Trey Benson. Touchdown, Arizona. Arizona. Second touchdown of the game. Season total now up to 5. What a standout performance early on in this one. That his second rushing touchdown of the game.
And some backs, Mike, they just have a sense of finding the end zone and being able to finish off these runs. That's exactly what this guy has been able to do today, and we're just getting started. I don't mind the play call, but something you have to keep in mind, Mike, is when you decide to pass this close to the goal line, all of the space is the width of the field. There's not a lot of depth to the field. So that's why the timing, the anticipation, the accuracy of the quarterback, it all has to be on point. It wasn't on that last play, and that's why it ultimately failed.
The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Dak to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. That's a timeout for Dallas. It's their second, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining until halftime. Second down, Prescott. A short throw caught by Ferguson. And he's out past the 30 and out of bounds. First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. A nice job there making that happen.
That's into the hands of Jaden Blue. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. Cowboys going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 13 seconds to play in this opening half.
1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. To throw is Prescott. That's over the middle and intercepted. That's the safety, Buda Baker. And the Cardinals are going to take possession. They've got it at their own 42.
Mike, these are just throws you're not accustomed to seeing, especially from a quarterback that has played this much football. He's been around the NFL for a long time. He's got to make better decisions. Costly mistakes like that are going to kill his team.
And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play. So it is a one-point game here at the half as we check in with Scott Hansen for our halftime report. Scott. Certainly a tightly contested first half, and you'd expect more of that here in the second half. A one-point game as quarter 3 begins. Be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here we go, 46. Hey, kill. Yeah, here we go. 26.
Dak going to throw it here on 1st down. That's brought in right side by Pickens. He's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down. From the 35, here's 2nd and 1. In motion, Lamb. On 2nd down, it's Dak. Complete to Blue. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. They get an even 20 on that one. 1st down, Cowboys.
1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
operating from the gun. Here's Dak. That's down the field for Lamb. That's going to be incomplete. That's a very stout there. That's going to bring up second down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game. Like, we just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
Straight ahead, it's Blue. And he nearly got free. But as it is, gain of 6, it sets up third down.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
They'll send a tight end in motion. 3rd and short. Prescott. This one down the field, but lined up incomplete. He was trying to get it to C.D. Lamb. And now it's 4th down. On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey.
56-yard attempt.
His kick is perfect. And the Cowboys will take the lead here in the 3rd quarter.
Job number 1 on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike. But 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves him out in front.
Here comes the return from a yard or 2 deep. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
Throwing now, Murray on 1st down. That is incomplete. No way to force the football in there. Good coverage. It'll bring up 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
A short one here, caught by McBride. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Murray. Pass complete there to Harrison. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down. From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 4.
At the 44-yard line.
They run out of the gun with Benson. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
All the qualities that make a good safety are seen on display on this play. Speed, pursuit, and then the intensity and the strength at the point of contact for the tackle to keep this ball carrier to no gain. That is a complete safety play.
He's going to pick up the 1st down and more. What about that? Out of bounds, all the way down inside the 15. It's another big play in a game that's had its share. A pickup of 44 yards.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
Now Murray keeping it himself. The defense not fighting. They stay at home and they tackle him for no gain. It is 2nd and 9.
2nd and 9 at the 11-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Benson. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
Back at the 15-yard
Looked like that might have been a RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like he might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off and there was nowhere.
That's over the middle and intercepted. He works free, right side. He's inside the 30. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Touchdown, Dallas.
You know, it always amazes me, Mike, that these guys have all this energy, that following a long return like that, that then they can get into these big, elaborate celebrations. But listen, I don't blame them. You're a defensive guy. You don't get the ball in your hands very often. When you score, man, you better make the most of it.
Makes the score Cowboys 37. Cardinals
28. So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. And he's got it at the 1. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
Big Ace.
On first down, it's Murray. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
At this stage of the game, things haven't been going your way, so one more mistake, it could just be too much to overcome. So a nice decision there. Just throw it away out of bounds and give your team a fighting chance.
Hold on. Come back. What you got? Hey, Ace. 2-1.
Murray now on second down. That's gone downfield by McBride. And it'll be taken down up past the 40-yard line. Heads number 7 so far in this one. And a first down.
First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
On first and 10, Murray exiting the pocket right. And he did a pretty good job there to get back to the line of scrimmage as he's chased out of bounds.
Mike, these are the plays that on the stat sheet, the offensive lineman, look at the quarterback a little sideways. He has a chance to just throw that ball out of bounds, but instead, he takes it out of bounds himself, and that goes on the stat sheet as a sack.
This one complete to Campbell. He'll get about 6 before he's taken down. There's a third down and 4.
Makes it 3rd and 4.
That's hot by Miller. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
Mike, I think we make so much of all these fancy routes, right? The selling, the head fakes, getting in and out of the break. And while that's really important to create separation, that's really more of a man beater. That's when teams want to just play you one-on-one and you have to beat the defender. Against zone defense, like we saw here, it's a lot more simpler. Understand the concept of the play, understand where the holes in the defense are, and get there and be friendly to the quarterback. And if you're open, stay open. That's NFL route running. That's what the best guys do.
Throwing again is Murray. Oh, looking end zone, but it is out of the reach of the receiver and incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
To the end zone, it's intercepted.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's position. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
On first and 10, Prescott. He's going to take a shot. Sends it down the middle. He's got it! And he will take this one in. 76 yards. Touchdown, Dallas. Well, that is a quick drive and the best way to finish it. The touchdown pass downfield. Greg, you rarely see a deep shot like that to start a drive.
You're right, Mike. We don't see it a lot, but I wish we did. It's actually the most efficient and safest down to pass the ball. And in this case, the defense is thinking run, got a lot of defenders up in the box, and they're able to strike deep with a pass play for 6.
Brandon Aubrey to kick off for the Cowboys.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
Now Murray on first down. That's to the right side. Caught by the crowd. And he'll be taken down all the way up past the 45.
Cardinals, first down. 1st and 10 at the 46.
So no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They'll throw on first down with Murray. He's hit as he threw. It goes to the ground, and it's an incomplete pass.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming, and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Now a 2nd down throw from Murray. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. Catch number 7 so far in this one. And a first down.
That's good.
Here's 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10.
Again, it's Murray. That one is caught by Campbell. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down. Murray's going to throw again. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
Good coverage there in the end zone. That is incomplete. Terrific work. They separated the man from the football, and it'll bring up 3rd down. To throw again is Murray. There's that man again. Another catch. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. That's taken in, and they will get the conversion. He's tackled down near the goal line, so it's not a touchdown, but it will be 1st and goal.
So there's a saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains. There isn't much room for error when operating inside the red zone. The field is really condensed. Those throwing windows become a lot tighter and forces your quarterback to make some really highly contested throws. And as we just saw, those aren't always going to go your way.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. Quick throw there on the RPO is broken up. And no time to get the separation there. And the incompletion is going to bring up 3rd down. Now this looks like a design run, and he will score again. Trey Benson, touchdown Cardinals. He's doubled his touchdown output for the season in one game. That's his 3rd of the game, his 6th this year. That is caught, and they get the 2-point conversion.
Everything's about matchups, especially down here this close to the goal line. I think my guy's better than your guy. I'm going to put him in a position to have success, throw it up to him, and let him do the rest. If they don't come up with this, the game is over. But now, anything can happen. You've got plenty of time, down 3. The first job, make sure you at least get the ball in field goal range to force overtime. But if the opportunity presents, try to win this thing in regulation.
Murray now to throw on first down. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play. And it's second down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Second down, Murray. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And he's going to be out of bounds, just shy of midfield. He has been busy. 9 receptions on the game, and that was a first down. They'll come up here, first and 10. From the gun, it's Murray. Going down the center of the field, open man, and it's taken in. And he will score. Game on. Touchdown, Arizona. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance. But can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Two-point conversion.
And he gets into the end zone, so a huge part of the comebacks right there. They get the 2-point conversion. It's now a 1-score game here in the 4th. Looking to double up here, score the touchdown. They want more. They're lining up for an onside kick.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
A first down throw for Prescott. There's a short one that's caught by Ferguson. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Now a second down throw for Prescott. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
So after picking up some positive yardage on first down, they end up going backwards on second. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
On 3rd down, Prescott. He's got his man. It's Pickens. And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
That's good for a Cowboys.
That pass play good for 22. That's good for a Dallas first down.
Hey, 47! Yeah!
He'll send the receiver in motion to the left. Dak can throw it here on first down. Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. Jordan Hurts in there to bring him down. And that's his first sack of the year.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a...
And he's in! C.D. Lamb. Touchdown, Cowboys. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. On for the PAT is Aubrey. The kick is good. Cowboys are going to open up the lead to 8.
Cardinals 44.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. He's going to elect not to bring this one out. Probably a wise decision as this ball comes out to the 35. Start out with a run, and it's Benson. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
Now give up the middle, it's Benson. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. A gain of 11 on that one. It's an Arizona first down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense. We spent so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage. But when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
Murray looking to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. He's got his tight end. That's McBride. And he's going to have the first down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
First down. First and 10 at the 36.
They'll run with Connor. Not much happening there. Just a short gain. They'll come up for 2nd and 9. Murray going to fire this one out to Harrison. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain. Now, a big 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Murray. He's got his man. It's Harrison. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line.
It's a gain of 20.
They still have all 3 timeouts. And here we go with 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
The RPO, that one is complete. And this will be a touchdown. They are within a 2-point conversion of coming back to tie this game.
What a finish there to get the touchdown, but of course the job's not done, and this is where the defense needs to regroup, Mike. It's one thing to give up the touchdown, but now you're still 1 stop away from being the hero. They got to dial in, get their best defense called, and somehow find a way to keep them out of the end zone.
The last touchdown, that was only half the battle. Now they've got to get the 2-point conversion to tie this game up.
The 2-point conversion.
And this is caught. He's able to hang on. They get the 2 points, and we are tied in the final minute of play. So, not much time remaining to get something started. All tied here, late 4th as the kickoff comes. He fields it at the 8. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Prescott on 1st down. Left side, caught by Lamb. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. And now the Cowboys going to take a timeout. The clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. 2 timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Prescott. Now a screen set up for blue. That's a timeout for Dallas. It's their second, and they'll get together prior to the second down play.
Second and 5 at the 46-yard line.
Here we go, 46, 46. Yeah, here we go. Here we go.
In motion, Lamb. On second down, it's Dak. That ball intercepted. That's a big return. He's finally tackled right near midfield.
Prescott's pass intercepted. The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
Here's first and 10. Here we go. One final play. And that's going to be incomplete. They took one last chance here in regulation. It does not pan out, and we are headed to overtime. So, overtime coming up. Quick reminder of the rules. Each team guaranteed one possession. Any defensive score ends the game. Each team gets a couple of timeouts. All the replays come from upstairs. If this first OT ends in a tie, so does the game. Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. This one deep in the landing zone. He'll return it from the 2. Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line.
31-yard line.
Ready, break. Let's go now.
On first down, the drive begins with Connor. And they bring him down, but not until he crosses midfield. That's a gain of 19 and a very quick first down.
This is a guy who's been doing it at a high level, Mike, for a long time. Not too many running backs finding success in the NFL past the age of 30. That's usually when they kind of ride off into the sunset, but as always, there's the exception to every rule.
Let's go. Ready.
On first down, they'll stay on the ground with Connor. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. It's a gain of 5. Brings up second and 5.
From the 44 now, here's second and 4.
18, 19, Charger, 7 Pirates.
Now a first throw here in overtime. This one intercepted. Picked off by Savon Revel. And the Cowboys are going to have it with a chance to win this game here in overtime.
So as this game's gone on, Mike, this secondary is just continuing to learn, continuing to remember all the different looks this offense has thrown at them. And now it all pays off. Start of overtime, they see one that they recognize, and they jump it, and now they set up their team with a chance to win it here in overtime.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. 12 yards on the game. That's good for a quick first down.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Yeah, here we go.
Luke going to get it again here on first down. He brings it to the red zone, taken down inside the 20-yard line. And another first down and another big gainer. This time 23 yards.
Big hole up the middle. The interior of this offensive line did a great job clearing some space. The back saw. Quick, and he hit it. Next thing you know, he was in the secondary for a big pickup.
Yeah.
a run once more with Blue. And he'll get about 6 there, setting up second down.
He was brought down at the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up second and 3.
Yeah! All right, 47. Hey, kill! 22.
Again, it's Blue. And they'll get him down inside the 5-yard line. It's first and goal coming up.
So, Mike, you know by now my philosophy on third down. If it was up to me, I don't even want to be in third down. I want to get all of my conversions on first and second down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So it's exactly what they do here. They lean on the ground game and pick up a fresh set of downs. A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on second and goal.
They'll throw with him again. Powering forward. He's in. Jaden Blue. Touchdown, Dallas.